Let me ask you something. When was the last time you went to Starbucks and only spent what you planned to? Not the last time you went, the last time you only spent what you planned to. Most people cannot even answer that. And here's the thing, that is not an accident. That is not you being bad with money. That is not you being weak or impulsive or addicted to coffee. That is Starbucks. Starbucks has spent decades studying human psychology, how your brain makes decisions, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel like you are missing out, what makes you come back again and again without even thinking about it. And they have used every single thing they learned to build a machine that keeps your wallet open. Today we are going inside that machine. I am going to count down 6 psychological tricks Starbucks uses on you, starting at number 6 and building to the one that might actually make you angry when you hear it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you are never going to look at that green cup the same way again. Why do you feel so comfortable inside a Starbucks? The music, the smell, the soft lighting, the big armchairs. Why does it feel less like a coffee shop and more like home? That feeling is not a happy accident. It was engineered. Starbucks has a strategy they have been using since the 1980s. They call it the third place. The idea is this: you have home, you have work, and then you have Starbucks. A place that feels safe and familiar no matter what city you are in, no matter what is going on in your life. The music in every Starbucks is hand-selected by a team of people whose only job is to make you feel calm and comfortable. The lighting is warm on purpose. The chairs are soft on purpose. They even removed breakfast items that had eggs because the smell was interfering with the smell of the coffee. They actually did that. Why does any of this matter? Because the longer you stay, the more you spend. And more importantly, the more your brain links that feeling of comfort and belonging to the green cup. So when you are stressed, when you are tired, when you need to feel okay again, your brain already knows where to go. You are not going to Starbucks for the coffee. You are going because they trained your brain to associate their store with feeling better. And they started doing this 40 years ago. Has a barista ever spelled your name wrong on your cup? Did you take a picture of it? Did you laugh about it? Did you maybe even post it somewhere? Here is the dirty little secret behind one of Starbucks' most beloved traditions. When a barista writes your name on a cup and calls it out loud, something happens in your brain. Psychologists call it the cocktail party effect. Out of all the noise in a busy room, your brain is wired to snap to attention the moment it hears your own name. It is one of the most powerful triggers in human psychology, but it goes deeper than that. The moment your name is on that cup, your brain starts to feel like that drink belongs to you before you even pick it up. Researchers call this the endowment effect. We place more value on things we feel we own. So that $7 latte stops feeling like a transaction and starts feeling like yours. Something personal. Something that was made just for you. Now here is where it gets really clever. When they spell your name wrong, that is not always a mistake. Starbucks figured out years ago that a misspelled name makes people take a photo and post it and laugh about it with their friends. All of which puts the Starbucks cup on social media for free every single day, millions of times a year. You are not just a customer. When you post that cup, you are an unpaid marketing employee. Actually, have you ever posted a picture of your Starbucks cup with your name on it? Think about that for a second. They got you to advertise for them for free, and you probably enjoyed doing it. Okay, we are at number 4, and I need you to stay with me for the rest of this because the next 3 are the ones Starbucks really does not want talked about. These go deeper than most people ever realize. Why do you feel a genuine rush of excitement when you see the words pumpkin spice latte on the Starbucks menu for the first time each fall? Why does a coffee drink feel like an event? Because Starbucks made it one. The pumpkin spice latte has been around since 2003. It brings in over $100 million every single fall. And it does it using one of the most powerful forces in human psychology, the fear of missing out. Psychologists call it loss aversion. The pain of losing something is twice as powerful as the pleasure of gaining something. Starbucks knows this, so they do not just sell a drink, they sell a drink that disappears. They even launched it earlier and earlier each year, sometimes before the leaves even start to change, because they discovered that the anticipation of the PSL was driving almost as much excitement as the drink itself. People were counting down, planning their first sip, posting about it. But here is what most people miss. Starbucks does not just do this in fall. They run this same play over and over all year long. The holiday red cups, the summer drinks, the limited edition frappuccinos. Each one is designed to make you feel like if you do not get it right now, you will regret it. And here is the uncomfortable truth. You probably already know the pumpkin spice latte is going to come back next year, but you still rush to get it the moment it drops. Because your brain is not logical about this. It is emotional. And Starbucks built the whole machine around that. I want to know, what is the one Starbucks seasonal drink that gets you every single time? The one you feel like you have to get before it is gone? Drop it in the comments. I have a feeling I know what most of you are going to say. Do you have a go-to Starbucks order, something specific, maybe extra pumps of something, a certain milk, a special modification that makes it yours? How did you figure out that combination? Starbucks gives you an almost unlimited number of ways to customize your drink. Different milks, different syrups, extra shots, fewer pumps, cold foam, different temperatures. The combinations run into the billions. And that feels like freedom. It feels like you are in control, like you are creating something that is yours. That is exactly what they want you to feel. Here is what is actually happening. Every time you customize your drink, your brain puts more value on it. Psychologists call this the IKEA effect. We love things more when we feel like we helped make them. Your specific order stops being a product. It becomes your identity. Now think about this. If your go-to order is a venti, iced, brown sugar, oat milk, shaken espresso with 2 extra pumps and light ice, where else can you get that? Nowhere. That drink is only at Starbucks. So now, switching to a different coffee shop is not just changing where you get coffee, it feels like giving up something that is yours. They gave you a product, you gave it your personality, and now you are locked in. That is not an accident. The secret menu, the TikTok drinks, the endless modifications, all of it is designed to make you feel like a co-creator, when you are really just a repeat customer who now feels too attached to leave. Do you use the Starbucks app? Do you load money onto it to earn more stars? Did you know that by doing that, you are giving Starbucks an interest-free loan? Let me show you something that most Starbucks fans have never thought about. The Starbucks Rewards program has over 34 million active members, and millions of those members load money onto the Starbucks app in advance to earn extra stars. Right now, as of their most recent financial filings, Starbucks is holding over $1.8 billion of their customers' money, sitting in the app, on gift cards. Money that people gave Starbucks before ordering a single thing. Financial analysts have pointed out that this makes Starbucks function like a bank. Except unlike a real bank, they do not pay you any interest on that money. They hold it, they use it, and some of it, the balances that people load and then forget, they get to keep entirely. And then there is the Stars game itself. Starbucks has changed the rules of their rewards program multiple times. In 2023, they doubled the number of stars you need for most rewards, so the game got harder. But by that point, most people were already too invested to quit. Because your brain does not want to lose the progress you already made. Psychologists call this the sunk cost trap. You are not playing their rewards game to win free coffee. You are playing it because your brain is afraid of losing the stars you already have. And here is the question I think you should sit with. Is a company that holds $2 billion of its customers' money interest-free while making the rewards harder to earn over time, is that a loyalty program? Or is it something else? Drop your honest answer in the comments, because I genuinely want to know if you think Starbucks is doing something wrong here, or if you think it is just smart business. I have a feeling this one is going to start some conversations. And here it is. Number 1, the one that ties everything else together, the reason all the other tactics work so well, and the reason that even after watching this video, you might still find yourself pulling into a Starbucks drive-thru tomorrow morning without even thinking about it. When do you usually go to Starbucks? Is it the same time most days? The same location? Do you order the same thing almost every time? Have you ever gone on autopilot, just ended up there without really deciding to go? Researchers at MIT discovered something fascinating about how habits work. Every habit has 3 parts: a trigger, a routine, and a reward. Once those 3 things lock together in your brain, the behavior becomes almost automatic. Starbucks built their entire company around this loop. The trigger is the time of day, the groggy feeling in the morning, the commute, the 3 p.m. slump, the stress before a meeting. Starbucks spent years positioning themselves inside those exact moments. The routine is the order, your specific drink, the app, the drive-thru you take every morning, the store near your office. It is always the same because your brain designed it to be the same. Routines are comfortable. Routines do not require thinking. The reward is not just the caffeine. It is the warmth, the cup with your name on it, the stars ticking up in the app, the feeling of treating yourself, the sense of arriving somewhere familiar. And once that loop is locked in, Starbucks does not have to convince you to come back. Your own brain does it for them. Every other tactic we talked about today, the cozy store, the name on the cup, the seasonal drinks, the custom order, the stars, they are all just fuel for the loop. They make the routine feel more personal, the reward feel more real, the trigger fire more reliably. That is why people who say they are going to stop going to Starbucks often cannot. Not because the coffee is so incredible, but because the habit is so deep. And breaking a habit feels like loss, which, as we talked about earlier, is exactly the feeling Starbucks has spent years making sure you are afraid of. Here is what I want to be clear about before you go. Starbucks is not evil. They make a product a lot of people genuinely love. And some of what we talked about today, the comfortable stores, the personalization, the seasonal drinks, those are actually good things when you know about them. But there is a difference between enjoying something and being managed by it. The tactics we covered today are real. They are documented. They have been studied by psychologists and consumer behavior researchers for years. Starbucks did not stumble into being one of the most successful brands in human history. They built it, carefully, deliberately, around the way your brain works. And now you know. Which means the next time you feel that pull to go to Starbucks, you can ask yourself one question. Am I going because I want to, or am I going because they trained me to? That question alone is worth more than any rewards star. Now here is what is wild about everything we just talked about. Starbucks is impressive at this, but there is another company that uses these exact same psychological tricks. The same habit loops, the same FOMO tactics, the same identity traps, and they have hundreds of millions more people hooked than Starbucks ever will. You probably used their product this morning, before you even got out of bed. That one is coming next. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss it. And drop a comment below right now. Tell me which of these 6 Starbucks tactics surprised you the most. I read every single one. And some of the replies down there are going to make you think.